Yes, good evening, man. This is the Sauce Experience. I'm in character tonight, y'all. I said, I'm gonna come on in character. Let me share this. I'm gonna share this real quick. I want to get a couple people up in here first. All right.
I'm going to record lunch for the first time.
When you're ready, 38 degrees, 3 minutes is the goal.
3? Is that 2?
3 minutes is the goal.
What is this good for? That needs some motivation. Alright, I'm going to record lunch for the first time.
All right. So we are up and running. It's 5:30. Share the content real quick. Get a couple of y'all up in here. We're going to cook tonight, man. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to pull up a lot of stuff. I want to get guys' honest opinion. I may even open up the panel.
This year is free for you and all your friends. That's right. Free. No strings attached.
May even open up the panel.
For free. Day 1,
Right.
2, and 3.
Cause I just think like, these guys got fronted on, man.
Everybody talks about this conference.
And
that's the #1 business conference to go to.
To me,
5 millionaires in the room, people that you know,
like,
the celebrities, artists.
nobody wants to address it. Like, shout out to Malik, man, my guy, and Killer. I'm in character tonight, man. So I want a lot of these guys that always try to disrespect me to pop up tonight, man. I'm in character. You know what I'm saying? I got it on me. In case one of y'all try to run down on me, it's right here on me. You know, I'm in character. Look, it's on me. In case one of y'all want to run down, right here, you know, I'll brand the shit tonight. It's on me, right? Just letting y'all know, man. For all you tough guys that be talking real crazy to me out here, it's on me, man. I'm in character tonight, man. So if you try to run down on me or you talk real sideways, I'm going to let it fly tonight, man. I'm going to let it fly tonight, man. Oh, yeah. I'm going to let it fly tonight, man. Just in case y'all think I'm playing around. I'm going to let it fly tonight, man. I'm going to show y'all. Don't come over here with the goofiness. Look, it's right here. I'm ready. I'm going to let it fly tonight, man. You heard? Down that barrel right there, man. I'm going to let it fly tonight, man. Come over here playing tonight, man. I'm in character. This is what the YouTube, you know, boxing scene likes. They like characters, man. So I'm in my character tonight. But yo, that press conference in LA popped off. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull up some joints from it, right? Yo, Bill Haney, Dev, disrespected. It's right here on me, man. If you guys get out of character and get stupid, I'm pulling it out again, right? But Bill Haney was disrespected. And that's why I had to come on here like MC Gusto tonight, man. You know, I felt disrespected for the brother. I'm not Team Haney, but I just felt like that. If that was me and my team, you know, if that was me and my team, we might have had to go to these right here, man. Where were the soldiers at, man? You know, they disrespected that, man. You know, where were the soldiers at, man? You know, where were the soldiers at, man? You know, like, I see the soldiers pushing the narrative, but where were the soldiers at with these right here, man? When that popped off, man, why nobody was, you know, why there wasn't nobody in the crowd like this, you know, what they join on him, man. Like, yo, man, he's getting on that stage, man. This is DHP. You know, because listen, when I remember pulling up on DHP at the Garden, right? Yeah, they had the militia. They was rolling like that, man. Remember, Dev had this crazy security. He was rolling like that. But, you know, I don't know, man. They disrespected the Haneys, man. So my whole thing is, what's up with the narratives, man? The narratives ain't cutting it, man. I want to know why the soldiers, all of these guys, you know, the general and the troops, where were y'all at, man? Where were y'all at, man? Y'all didn't get the back call? You know how these content creators set out the link? Y'all didn't get the link? Heat GR86 said, Unc, I haven't seen you in a little minute. Where you been? I've been here, man. Where you been? I've been here. I've been out and about getting to the motion, man. As you can see, man, I've been getting to the motion. Hope all is well with you, man. But yo, why did they disrespect Devin and Bill like that, man? And more importantly, where were the soldiers, man? Where were y'all at, man? See, if the soldiers was there and the soldiers was like, yo, we don't play that, man. Yeah, we don't play that. Where was the muscle, man? Where were the guys that say, yo, man, Bill's getting on that stage, man? Why everybody else got a representative up there, but we don't got one? We need answers, man. Where were the soldiers at, man? Where were the soldiers at that had D's and they would have knew y'all wasn't playing? Where were they at, man? I know where they were at. They was pushing the narratives. They put out the back call, like these guys do. They put out the back call, and they was pushing the narratives. Yeah, they were pushing narratives, because that's what these YouTubers do, man. All of these guys, man, they not the real deal. They sit in the shadows. They're characters, right? They're gimmicks. That's what you guys like and you respect. Because you don't respect the real thing. You don't. You try to front on the real thing, right? You try to front on guys that's really actually out here moving and grooving, trying to organically grow something and do things. You guys front on that, right? You like CB4 ass niggas. You like MC Gusto ass niggas, man. You were into the characters, man, but I get it. But let's pull up the receipts, man. Because Bill won off, right? So they said. Bill won off, but Dev got fronted on. Right? He got fronted on. Man. We're going to go right here. Exhibit A. Right? Where were the soldiers at, though, man? That's my whole thing, man. There was no soldiers available, huh? No soldiers, huh? The soldiers are pushing the narratives right now. The non-needle moving narratives. That's where they at right now, man. That's where they at. They wasn't on deck though. So Dev's in the gym getting ready. There he is. All right, Haney out for revenge. I want to show the Tiafimo's on his, T.O. shit, man. All right, look, this guy is the character of characters, man. Now, this is the exchange between Ron. I'm gonna play a lot of the clips, but I want y'all to see what I'm speaking on right here, right?
He wasn't. It was Pitbull Cruz, but things played out a different way. But I'm really focused on just whooping Devin King's ass again. That's all I'm really doing. Just to not even redeem myself, just cement that bullshit fucking offspring bullshit. You know what you probably did set up. We know you.
All right, pay attention to that, right? I'm gonna stop it right here, right? You know, they was going back and forth. It's cool. That's what fighters do. They're fighting, right? But as you see right here, represented from Warriors Boxing with Rolly. Before the screen went there, you seen Oscar with Ryan, as well as Jose Ramirez. If you look further on, you're going to see Bruce Templeton, who was the matchmaker with Top Rank, with Teofimo. Where is Bill at? Any other time Bill is there, or even anybody from DHP. Why is Devin alone? Why is Devin the only fighter on the stage without representation? Where were the soldiers? I'm in character tonight, man. Where was MC Gusto and Dead Mike? And what was the other guy, the DJ's name? Stab Master. Where were they at, man? Where were these guys at, man? They wasn't there. He said Bill got violated. Man, Malik, you was spot on, family. Malik is my family, man. I like Malik, man. I like Malik. Malik is from Brooklyn. I have family in Brooklyn. Malik might be my family in Brooklyn as well. He said Bill got violated. None of his YouTube hosts didn't say, Malik, man, I'm in character tonight. I got it on me, Malik. I got my Glock on me, man. I said, yeah, they supposed to been there, man. They were supposed to been there. Shout out to Uncle Leon Muhammad. How Uncle Leon Muhammad told the Charles, yo, my nephews is right there. They got them things on them. They got the things on them. You don't want the problem. My nephews is right there. Where was they at, man? Where was they at, man? Where was they at, man? Not only did they get violated, they didn't even get represented, man. Now I don't know. Was the DHP on the banners? Because you see how they got Top Rank Matchroom. Did they have DHP on there, man? Because he's a promoter too, man. I didn't want to point none of this out. Was that on there though? Because that might, tell us more.
Did that? Where's your little brother? Is your brother in the house? Because your brother knew before everybody else, and you don't answer that question. Little brother right there. Okay, so how do you know before everybody else?
Any of the banners?
Corruption at its finest. They couldn't take the law or something, man. I know you're seeing. I don't want to touch that. I don't know what you're doing with your hands, buddy. But today,
wow, now to push this book about. Stop. But see, that's Bruce. This is a matchmaker at Top Rank, one of the Hall of Fame matchmakers. Yeah, Brad Goodman and Bruce Templeton. This is Bruce Templeton. Why did everybody else have a representative with them? From either their promotional companies, management, things like that. But set dead. And I'm looking at the banners. Y'all pay attention to this. I'm in character, but I'm giving y'all a little bit of motion talk as well. Why wasn't DHP on the banners, right? Isn't Devin a promoter? Isn't he his own promoter, right? But we didn't see DHP on none of those banners. Why was that, man? Does anybody know? Please. All you guys that troll me and talk shit to me, educate me now, man. I'm with it. I'm all with it, man. Just don't disrespect me. I'm with it. Educate me. Why wasn't DHP Promotions on the banners? Devin is his own promoter. Maybe DHP Promotions wasn't on the banners for the same reason why when his fight went to purse bid and Eddie Hearns put him on blast and said, why didn't they bid on the fight? Why didn't they bid on the fight? Right? I'm just saying. But why wasn't Bill on stage, though, y'all? DHP Promotions, man. Top Rank had a representative up there. Warriors Boxing, which is, affiliation with Uncle Al. Shout out to Uncle Al. Uncle Al don't like me, but he loves me. I'm that. See, me and Malik are cousins, man. I'm gonna tell the truth tonight, man. I'm one of Al Heyman's family members too, but I'm a renegade. I'm a renegade, man. You know me. I'm like, we are a successful boxing family, right? But I got that Marlo Stanfield shit in me, man. Uncle Al is like Avon Barksdale. I'm like, I'm like Avon. Remember when Avon said, Marlo said, yo, man, niggas had their time, man. It's my time, man. We are a successful boxing family, man. That's the call from cut from, right? So my whole thing is, why wasn't DHP shit on there, man? That's the type of time I would have been on, man. I'd have been in there with the soldiers, like, yo, what's up, man? Why our shit ain't on the banner, man? Like, this is Devin Haney Promotions, man. The Devin Haney era, man. Why our shit ain't on the banner, man? Fuck is going on, man? Type of fish market shit is this, man? But his name wasn't on there. And Bill wasn't on the stage. Everybody else was on the stage. They had a representative with them, but Devin wasn't. So I guess that's why Bill won off, right? Because he did go off, right? I'm going to play that. He did go off, but where was he at? Why didn't Devin was
he got hit like 1,000 times. You got dribbled off the camera. Nothing was taken. Damn well. Damn well. Okay, hey, he had that in his back pocket the whole time.
Be honest, right? You know why I think they did him like this, right? I'm gonna tell you why, man. I'm gonna tell you why they did him like this. You see, he was next to look. Damn, they didn't even let Bill on stage for this. Oscar's right there. Right, y'all see Oscar right there? Golden Boy Promotions. Oscar's right there. Why wasn't Bill on? Maybe some of y'all should know why. Right? Bill does a lot of, like he told me, popping it. You be popping it too, Bill. Or you be popping it, right? Now you talk a lot of shit about these guys that really got juice. Right? That really got juice. Oscar got juice, man. Don't get it twisted, bro. Like let's just be real with it, right? Golden Boy Promotions is a legit promotions company, bro. Oscar got juice, man. Like I come on here, I talk shit about my Uncle Al, but Al got juice too, man. They just weak right now. I'm on my wire, man. Barksdale on them is weak right now, man. My Uncle Al is weak right now, but he still got juice though, right? Oscar got juice, bro. He's a promoter. These guys they flex. They put on shows. They putting on, right? Because I remember I did that months and months ago, letting you know what a promoter's job is. They put the money up. They got the bread. Oscar's like that, right? But remember, Bill Haney always likes to violate these guys, right? He talk on the YouTube scene, man. He does the all these niggas is characters on YouTube. He talks real reckless and crazy on niggas on YouTube, and he gets his guys that, like I said, they should have been in there. They wasn't there though, man. Where was they at? They should have been up in there, man. The soldiers should have been up in there, but they wasn't on deck, right? But he talks real reckless and crazy about Oscar. Remember he did it about Beehive. All of these guys that really got a little bit, they got muscle, man, right? And they showed it yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever this was. That's why he wasn't on stage, right? Because he talks crazy about them. How he disrespect Oscar with the fishnets and all that, and cross dressing and all that, talking real reckless on Oscar. Yeah, those photos are out there. Oscar, what do you call it, pantyhose and all that. But Oscar got juice. A lot of these guys, listen, for what y'all don't really realize too, right? A lot of these rich, wealthy, successful dudes, right? We see it, no Diddy, but Diddy, right? Look at Diddy. This is the type of shit that these guys are into. They all got skeletons in their closet, man. But I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to say this respectfully. Oscar, look, all these guys that are involved in boxing on the upper echelons type of scale, They not soft, bro. Them niggas is gangsters, man. They not soft, man. That's why, like, the fans, I tell you, you YouTube niggas really are the soft ones. Especially if you really not outside, you not stepping. You niggas are soft. You talk crazy about these guys that are really in position. They're not soft, right? Yo, you remember when Oscar and Canelo was beefing, right? On some you know, like the Mexican type shit, they was beefing, right? They was going at it, right? That was on some subliminal, you know, gangster shit. They was beefing, right? Oscar's not soft, bro. These niggas are gangsters, man. These niggas is getting to the bag, man. Right? It's a different vibe. But see, when you listen to content creators with no motion, that be like, oh, you don't do no views. No, nigga, you don't do no views, man. When are you gonna be at one of these events and flex your muscle? When are you gonna be at one of these events and flex your muscle? Show us what you really working with. Because anybody can do a live stream from in their closet. Anybody can do a live stream and talk crazy about people, especially the players in the game, in their closet. But when are you going to be on the front lines? When are you really going to be outside? When are you going to really, for these guys that be all this rah, yo, rah, when are you going to be there? When are you going to cover something? When are you even going to go to a fight? Right? When you talk about guys that are really making moves, right? Yeah, Bill Haney and them make moves, man. But then they come on YouTube and they act a fool. They act a fool when they get these crash dummies with no motion to push propaganda. And that's why they got violated. That's why they got fronted on. Yeah, they got fronted on, man. DHP, Bill was not up there. And now you niggas is pushing these narratives on the internet like you always do. But why wasn't you niggas there like the goons, soldiers, turned up warriors that y'all was, huh? On some, we're not gonna take it. Because you niggas is all soft. You niggas ain't about nothing. You niggas is internet weirdos that think you control the narrative on the internet. You talk crazy about real gangsters, right? Because, you know, the real gangsters control boxing. It ain't nothing changed. It's just different facets. They control boxing, right? But you niggas don't know that because you niggas think you control a YouTube narrative. And a lot of you guys that think you do that are what? Fiends, winos, junkies, alcoholics, deadbeat fathers, washed up OGs. Yeah, you niggas is old bees, old bums. Old bums. Because the real OGs is making moves in boxing. Right? Jay Prince, shout out to Uncle Jay. Even Al Heyman, like I always get on Uncle Al. Al Heyman is a gangster, man. That's why me and Uncle Al was bumping heads. Because he's an old school, I'm new school. He's a gangster though, man. These niggas is gangsters, man. You niggas is YouTube content creator bozos, man. Characters, right? Y'all don't like my character because my character is with the shit, right? But you niggas is characters, man. And you love to speak on gangsters. Like I said, Oscar De La Hoya is a gangster, nigga. Why you think him and Canelo was bumping heads, man? Canelo was a gangster, nigga. Terrence Crawford is a gangster. Even, look, me and EJ bumped heads, but I give EJ his props, man. EJ's a gangster, man. Right? That's what happens. You soft niggas is soft, man. You niggas is YouTube characters. That's why you don't pop out. You don't do nothing, because you're not nothing, man. You're not nothing. But the people that's really making moves, the people that's really out here making moves, you heard what my nephew said, they taking it in blood. You niggas think Oscar's soft? That's the golden boy, man. Oscar was taking it in blood. Bernard Hopkins, Took in the blood. Floyd Mayweather took in the blood. Terrence Crawford taking the blood. You niggas is on the internet taking it and typing. And you ain't even taking nothing, man. You niggas ain't even taking nothing, man. You niggas sit online and pass a narrative. Then a lot of you niggas just sit online passing links. Can't even stand alone. You niggas is suckers, man. Internet suckers, man. But be having the audacity to fix your lips up, to do live streams and talk about motherfuckers that's really out here stepping on business. Stepping on business, man. But man, y'all let y'all big homie get violated, man. Like Black Sam said, you niggas better demonstrate, man. Somebody better demonstrate, man. Because you niggas ain't been doing no demonstrating, man. Your big homie stayed getting violated, man. And Dad was one of y'all big homies, man. He got violated, man. Nobody was there for him, man. They didn't let Bill on stage, right? Bill had to turn up on the Bill turned up on the that my man was the what do they call him, the MC? He was the host. Bill turned up on him. He should have turned up on whoever organized this, the promoters, because he's a promoter. I don't understand why he wasn't on the stage, but I understand when you upset the powers that be, like how they try to do me, right, on some media shit. But see, they don't understand. I don't give a fuck, right? They figure that out now. They figure that out now because remember, I always knew. When I collided with Earl Spence and Uncle Allen, they blacklisted me. But what they didn't realize about me is I'm like that. I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck. They figured that out now, right? They thought I was one of these, like, I guess they got the wrong memo, man. They thought I was like a bum, a real live bum, right? That I was like, oh, I was one of these guys, like, I'm gonna try to get, man, I'm gonna make it big as a YouTuber. And you know, I'm gonna put out some content and they're gonna like me and I'm gonna do views and all that. Listen, man, I never wanted to do YouTube views, man. That's why I still come on here and act the fucking way I act. Because you put the wrong narrative on me. And a lot of you motherfuckers never apologize. But it's all good because we are taking it in blood now. We are taking it in blood. But at the end of the day, most of you guys ain't doing the motherfucking thing. With all of your views, all of your narratives, they're not going nowhere. You guys are powerless. You move no needles. You push no buttons. And this was just a prime example of that. Because your big homie, Bill, is the big homie of a lot of you YouTubers. Oh, I got Bill's number. I was at the mansion. I was over here. Got fronted on. And you niggas didn't demonstrate nothing. You didn't demonstrate nothing. You did nothing but come on here and push another narrative. You pushed another narrative. Oh, they're racist. Devin is the most hated fighter. No, Devin, listen, would they have done that to Tank Davis? Would they have done that to Canelo Alvarez? Would they have done that to Terrence Crawford? Would they have done that to Earl Spence? Would they have done that to Deontay Wilder? Would they have done that to AB? Remember, AB was popping. They waited for AB to fall off, and then they started shitting on him. Well, because remember, AB was very boisterous. He didn't give a fuck. Would they have done that to them? So why was they did that to Dev and Bill? Why? Why? Because I think Dev and Bill, they're soldiers, they're internet soldiers, YouTube soldiers, are MC Gusto, CB4, Stab Master Mike, and what was my man's name? Dead Mike. Y'all are Dead Mike and Stab Master and MC Gusto, CB4, man. And they know that, man. They know that, man. Yo, the real industry players know that, man. They know you guys are punks. They know you guys ain't like that. You know, you niggas don't pop out nowhere. And when y'all do pop out, you don't have no presence. You have no presence. It's nothing militant about y'all, right? It's nothing militant about y'all, man. There's nothing militant about. Look, he's the villain. Look at this, man. That's what he said. It pays to be.
I feel like you're embracing this new mantra that you have, Devin the villain. Can you please talk about that?
Because I always was a villain, but then I was like the good guy, villain. But I always wanted to be the villain anyways. Cause
oh my God, come on, man. Look at this energy, right? Did y'all peep that, man? He said, I always want to. No, Tank is the villain, man. Tank is the villain. Nigga, you want to be Tank. Tank is the villain, man. Who's the villain? If my man Malik is in here, Malik could tell you, Tank is the villain. But he's the villain at his embrace. You want to be Tank, man. You want to be Tank. Look, Tank everybody is mad that Tank didn't lose the fight. They're mad that Tank said, yo, listen, you niggas overturn that shit, I'll never fight in New York again. Tank is the villain, man. You want to be Tank, man. You don't know what you are right now, man. Ryan done fucked you up. You don't know what you are. But look, did you catch his energy? Look.
It's easier being the villain, and it pays being the villain, so I'm okay with being the villain.
I feel like you're embracing this new mantra that you have, Devin the villain. Can you please talk about that?
Because I always was a villain, but then I was like the good guy, villain. But I always wanted to be the villain anyways, because it's easier being the villain, and it pays being the villain. So I'm okay with being the villain.
No, you're not the villain, Dev. You're not the villain, right? Let's clean that up right now. You was never the villain. Yeah, you was never the villain, right? Tank Davis has always been the villain since he was with Floyd, right? Because they always felt like Tank was handed the throne and all these things, right? You, on the other hand, was supposed to be the next coming. Remember that? Remember you was with Roger, not rest in peace, but you was with Floyd Sr. He was the next coming. Now you're the villain. Oh, wanting to be the villain, but it's not. Nah. You are just surrounded by brand killers. Guys with no juice. But they be on the internet pushing the wrong narratives. Tank Davis is the villain. Tank Davis is it. Everything that they try to put on you as far as most hated and all that. No, that's Tank. Tank is the most hated, right? The most sought after. All these guys want to fight him, from Shakur to you to Keyshawn, right? Because the narrative that Tank has, and I'm a part of that, about, you know, and Uncle Al and all them, about making the most money and the star and the big face and all of that. Some of these things are true, right? As far as like, Tank could pop up in any city and it's gonna be litty, right? That's what the young boys say, litty, we litty. Yo, we litty, right? Tank could pop up in any city and it's gonna be litty. You, on the other hand, you can't do that. We just seen it, man. You came, and I look. We shout out to everybody that went out there. I had all my peoples out there. You fought April 20th. You fought April 20th. That's my birthday, 4/20. I was in Atlantic City. My wife treated me to a wonderful night. I watched the fights, and you know, when we was in Atlantic City, but I didn't go. But you didn't bring the people out like Tank. You and Ryan, right? And you fought Ryan, right? You thought, oh, Tank is Ryan sells. No, Tank sells. Tank is that guy, man. Don't get it twisted, man. Tank is a real live rock star. He's the villain. That's why your Crash Dummies, you know, your CB4, YouTube characters, I'm in my character mode tonight. They talk crazy about Tank because they can't touch Tank. Tank is Hammer. Yeah, remember Hammer? Shout out to Hammer. Hammer was a real gangster from Oakland, from your part of town. Ask your father about Hammer. Hammer wasn't soft. There was nothing soft about him. Hammer got down. Hammer could fight. He got busy. You know what I'm saying? That was just his character, entertainer. Hammer got busy. But he was from your part of town, the Bay Area, Oakland, right? Ask him, right? But you know, the gimmicks, Yo, rest in peace to B.I.G. He said, yo, what was Biggie's line? And the flavor in your ear, what's the name? He said, I see it. The lyrics, the whack lyrics, the gimmicks, shit is pathetic. Forget it. You're mad because my style, you're admiring. You're mad and your YouTube narrative pushes are mad because Tank Davis' style, you're admiring. You're admiring, man. But Tank Davis and his team and the people that moved him, Tank was getting the knockouts, nigga. I don't think you do that, man. That's why everybody was like, when they watch my man, I call him Lamont, a.k.a. Brownie Brown. Lamont got a neck like my dog. All right here. That's why, look, he was shockproof, right? His neck was like this. You know, yo, go to the gym. For those of y'all that fight, you want that good resistance, put the joint on your head, right? The weight, and do these right here. Look, so I can do it right now. I got a lot of jewelry on right now, so look, it's working. All right, but you put one of those on, and you do these right here, that should when you be able to eat a punch. You know, as long as you got a granite chin. But that'll have this right here, so you be able to absorb it. You won't be like Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz, remember when Tank caught him with that uppercut? Leo Santa Cruz soul left his body. Frank Martin, same thing. Remember when Tank hit him? Soul left his body. Maybe if Derrick James would have had him on the ring apron, doing these right here, he might have been able to absorb some of that shot, but you know, he couldn't. But yes, Tank gets the knockouts. So Tank is going to excite the people. They're gonna come out to see Tank. Where you, I don't know, man. You can fight, right? But you're not knocking people out, man. You know, you can fight, man. People come out because of your father, Don King, Bill the shit talker, right? But that kind of went out the window, man, because you were supposed to kill Ryan Garcia. You was gonna kill him. Ryan went out there and whooped your ass. And then, you know, Arsenal, and before y'all, Turkey Yall came and hit y'all off underneath the table, you was going to court. You was assaulted, right? And this which is all in your rights. Due process, American citizen. But, you niggas was gangsters, goddammit. Look. You niggas was gangsters. But then y'all wanted to take it to the courts, which, like I said, y'all could do. There was no more taking in blood. Right? It was no more taking in blood. But now you're back to taking it in blood, which is cool. Like I said, it's cool. It's cool. I get it. But so maybe that is part of the reason. See, pay attention to the content, man. Malik said I'm cooking. I do my thing. I'm all right. But maybe that's part of the reason why you're getting fronted on. Because remember, you did run to the peoples, man. You ran to the peoples, man. You ran to the peoples, man. You wanted to sue everybody. Remember that? Well, people don't forget that shit, man. It's cold out here, man. A lot of fighters lost, or guys was on whatever, they failed drug test, PEDs. They never sued though, right? Or felt like, yo, I'm suing. Right? Remember Miguel Cotto? He got cheated against Margarita. He had the crazy hand wraps and all of that. He licked his wounds up and got it back in blood. He didn't say, yo, fuck that, I'm suing. I mean, y'all did it, man. But, like I said, Turkey Yall worked that on out. But maybe the people didn't forget that, man. You blew the whistle. Blow the whistle. Shout out to Too Short. Too Short is from out there. Blow the whistle. Woo, woo, woo. Blow the whistle. Woo, woo, woo. Blow the whistle. Woo, woo, woo. Blow the whistle. Y'all blew the whistle, man. Y'all wanted to go to court, man. Instead of holding court, right? Like, look, y'all was supposed to hold court, but you wanted to go to court. Hopefully, y'all are catching the sauce. But I'm in character mode tonight, y'all. I'm in character mode. And this is licensed. Don't, y'all, because I know y'all watching, y'all gonna try to report me. My shit is licensed. It's nothing illegal. It's nothing illegal about this. It's licensed, man. And we know how to hold these and operate. Look, if you notice, I didn't have my hand on the trigger at once. Safely. Let the bullet out. Oh, look, I got my dog scared now, man. Now, it's ready to go. But it's ready to go. But yes, he said weight drain plays a big role also. Weight drain? Who was weight drain? You say Dev was weight drain? You think he was weight drain? I don't know, man. Do you think weight drain? That does, but I think phone booth, man. Technique, man. Hello? Right? Left hook was hitting him. Hello? He wasn't here, man. Remember when Terrence Crawford for Earl Spence? Very well prepared. He was here. He was catching that motherfucker. Catch that motherfucker. Yo, Tim was Chuck. He was catching it. Damn chin was in the air. Look. They're going to get mad at me for saying this, right? Yo, Dev's chin was in the air. Then he turned in the loop. Face down, ass up, right? Chin was in the air. Then he was face down, ass up. But the chin was in the air. He was right here. That's technique, man. I don't know if that was weight drain. That's technique, man. I think he could have been weight drained, but he was here. He was catching it. You know, in the hood, they say, he was doing the 52 blocks. That he was supposed to be catching it. 52 blocks. But he wasn't catching it, man. He wasn't catching that shit, man. You know, it is what it is, man. But shout out to the Devster. You know, he got a chance to take it back in blood now. You know? He said Crawford didn't have to lose weight to fight Earl. Why didn't he? Hold on, I'll be right. Hold that thought. Nance, what's up, Nance? Oh, you got a Daffy in here with you? All right, y'all, I'm back now. I'm gonna get to what my man said, right? I'm gonna get to what my man said in a second. But look, you know I gotta promote what I do, right? Y'all, Bodman Kitchen is my brother. Yo, look at this jerk chicken right here, jerk quarters. Man, I'll get down in the kitchen too. Bodman Kitchen is my brother. Look, man, this is real jerk chicken right here, man. Now you would have thought I was out there in Flatbush right now with the yard youth. Right, look at this good chicken right here. Real jerk. Look at that. It's that real, that's that real jerk chicken. You would think I had the drum on the crib. You know, that's when you make the real good jerk chicken with the drum. Y'all know about that, right? This looks like it came out the drum. Bodman Kitchen. It's my brother. Right, look at that. Look at that. Good meat. Real jerk chicken, right? But yeah, hold on. I'm gonna get to you. I see you, my guy. I haven't seen you over here, Double Edge Logic. Appreciate you over here. You said Crawford didn't have to lose weight to fight Earl. Crawford been fighting at 147. Earl been fighting at 147 too. I don't get where you're going with it. They both was at 147. Earl campaigned maybe at one time or a couple times at 150 something. I know he fought at 152 in the amateurs, but most of his career he was a welterweight. So I don't know. EJ lifestyle outside the ring got to him. You know, the alcohol and all the other shit. But that's neither here nor there. He wasn't going to beat Crawford. You know, if you know, you know, man. He wasn't prepared. His coach was very arrogant. Wasn't on point. Got exposed as well. I don't watch film and who has he knocked out and all that. You know, that all that shit caught up to them, man. All the lies, man. All the lies caught up to them. You know, they went up against a team that had him mapped out. They had him mapped out, man. That's some good food right there, man. But that's neither here nor there. That's strategy. But thank you for your comment. Hopefully you hit the like button. Like I said, never seen you over here before. Appreciate you over here tonight, man. We cook over here. See what my guy Malik said. I really do be cooking. I cook so good that these guys don't like me. They was hoping that I would go away. I did go away, though. I'm out the way. I'm in character mode tonight because I just feel like talking some shit. But I really don't, I do other things, man. I'm really in the gym. I'm really focused on becoming, more like my Uncle Al, right? I'm a young advisor. Work's been all over the game. I just do the YouTube shit because I like to be a character too, But my character's too real. So I'm so real, that's scary, right? Yeah, it's scary. But thank you for the comments, man. But let me get back to Bill and Dev, right? So Dev has a chance now to right all his wrongs. Like I said, they tried to sue niggas, man. This is how this game is, man. Well, maybe you don't, So like I said, a lot of y'all not in it. So y'all don't know. These people hold grudges. They don't forget that shit. They sued. If Turkey didn't come in and do what he did underneath the table, he sued, right? I'm not gonna pull none of that old shit up. But remember when Bill and them took the stand and they was going up against boxing? Remember, a lot of y'all was out here talking crazy, bro. Y'all was talking crazy, bro. Y'all was talking crazy when they was suing and Bill and them was setting the president. Y'all was saying a lot of y'all was on that type of time. And then there was a lot of people that were quiet. There was a lot of people that was like, yo, I remember me and my team, Malik, and we had a fire live. I gotta find that one so I can remix it and get some of those clips chopped up. We was talking about that. We was like, yo, this nigga's suing. My man Malik was spot on, man. Malik is a young Jedi, man. Malik got it, man. He got it. Whenever he's ready to make moves in the game and he finds him a fighter and he gets with the right people, he's gonna be in the game for real because he knows the system. When he said, Devin, them is suing and shit. I think he's fucking up right now. Facts, he was. You can't listen, bro. Boxing is a dirty game, bro. You got a whole court in the streets. And you know what the streets is? The ring. You gotta take it in blood, man. But you gotta eat that. Like when niggas do you dirty in this game, you don't run to the authorities. This is like, it's an unwritten rule, man. It's just like being behind the wall, right? You don't be like, see yo. You don't do that, right? It's like, if a nigga do you dirty, right, you don't be like, I'm gonna get that nigga. You don't go tell him. Well, I don't know. A lot of you niggas do tell nowadays, man. You do. I get it. I understand. That's the era we in. I get it though. I get that. I get it. But nah, you don't do that. Like if a nigga robs you or stole from you or did you wrong, you be like, all right, I'm gonna get mine. You heard? Girl, you be like, you got that? I'm gonna see you though, man. You don't go tell. These niggas went and told, man. Not only did they tell, then they had the dummies. Like I said, the dummies that are never outside, that are supposed to be so-called tough guy gangsters, right? Check this out, right? Remember when Shakur and that whole shit, right? Yeah, they was calling Shakur a rat. Remember? These niggas was crazy. Because Shakur had the video of Bill, right? When Bill, that's what I said, man. Bill been a tap dancer forever on the low, man. Remember when that video surfaced with Bill, popping it, right? And he told, Core, Core. Yeah, they wanted Shakur was a rat. Shakur was a rat. Look, Yeah, and I had to come on here and try to clean that up for you. I was like, damn. So he releases a video of Bill really copping a plea to him, but now he's a rat. And I was like, damn, let me check this out. I don't think the feds kicked in Bill's door, right? I don't think they was like, Bill got brought up on charges, but y'all put a rat jacket on him because a video surfaced of Bill not looking like what he'd be portraying to be. So, but y'all said that Shakur was a rat. But Devin and Bill and them actually filed the lawsuit. And then you niggas was all good with that shit. Well, a lot of you niggas that was calling Shakur a rat. The moment Dev and Bill wanted to sue the system and, yo, fuck that nigga. Yo, it was cool, right? What's about saying? Shout out to Finesse 2 times. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do. He said, what they said, I want to thank Al, not God. Facts, man. You know Uncle Al got shit on Smash. That's why, see, me and Uncle Al bump heads, man. Because Al knew I was like him. Al was like, yo. Al said, yo, I see you moving, youngin'. Right? Al was like, yo, I see you moving, right? Al knew I was schooling EJ. Right? Al knew I was schooling him, right? Because, Al was like, I gotta, you can't be, EJ was one of his top breadwinners. And he knew I was schooling EJ, man. Al didn't like that shit, man. I used to tell EJ, he was like, yo, fam, what? Nah, yo. Fam used to be like, yo, I was like, nah, hold up. I was like, what? Nah, that ain't right. Nah, hold up, man. I was like, yo, nah, hold up, man. In 87 and 88, motherfucker Hagler Hearns, nah. Look, it took T Bud and them to sit him down. And then he said, oh, God, he finally woke up. But I was telling him back then, I'm like, nah, what? Nah, hold up, bro. Nah, that ain't right, man. Yo, that ain't right, man. Where you an Olympian? You did all that. Nah, I don't. All right, whatever, man. That's why I came with my shit. But what do I know? Right? But EJ will tell you. Well, he'll tell you. His uncles will tell you, too. I used to be like, nah, yo, fam, that ain't right. That's not it. No, that's not how look. Back end, somebody's getting their butt touched. Back end, nigga. Niggas get their shit up front, right? Shout out to Canelo, right? Yo, Canelo don't play that back end shit, right? Yo, Canelo's money is in escrow. Look, I gotta eat a chicken leg for that. Yo, Canelo's money is in escrow, right? I know about that, right? You know what escrow is and shit, right? Y'all know what the escrow is, right? That's what Tank was beefing about, right? Tank is learning now, right? And, yo, put my shit up. Word. Escrow. Escrow's right here. They got your shit in the escrow. Before you even touch the bill, the stage, your shit is up. They was running game on these niggas with the back, and they was getting their booty smacked. You getting it on the back end. You getting it on the back end. Yeah, they was getting their booty smacked. Nah, nigga, get my shit up front, man. Y'all was always laughing at T-Bud, right? Bob Aaron was letting you know T-Bud was getting it. But you dumb niggas was coming on here with this stupid narrative. Oh, he don't sell. He could have bought a house in Beverly Hills and all this. He don't know. Bud was getting his money, nigga. They was mad because Bud wasn't a dummy. You niggas is dummies, man. You niggas, yo, look, I got this, they're going to get mad at me for saying this, right? You niggas was like Devin and them. Remember how Oscar got that nigga? Remember? Yeah, remember? Yeah, he got paid on remember it was the net gross or the net profit and all of that. Remember? This shit is crazy, man. I'm not going to get into all that tonight, man. I think I did enough, right? But remember when Oscar and them got him because they said they didn't get their money? But Oscar was like, run my books, right? Audit my books because they, the paperwork and all that, what they signed on the contract was for net growth, for net profit and all that. Remember that? I'm not going to get into all that because this live isn't about that. Maybe that's why they wanted to sue. I get it now, right? They wanted to sue, man. They really wanted to sue for that. I bet you. I don't know, but they couldn't because it was a contract. But then when the shit happened, when he got cheated, it was a way for them to sue. You know, he got assaulted. It's a fight game, but he got assaulted. Ryan went in there on drugs and assaulted him. Remember? It was an assault. That's why they still holding that against them, man. Quiet as it's kept, man. Malik knows. See, Malik is in the game. Me and Malik are related to Al. You know, I'm the black sheep of the family. Al was mad because I was telling. But I wasn't telling. I was just like, yo, fuck that, man. You gotta pay, man. Word. Yeah, that ain't right. I was like, nah, them numbers ain't right, man. You heard? Them numbers ain't right, man. That's why Uncle Al didn't like me, because I used to know. I know. Like I said, I come from a boxer family, man. Word. I come from a boxer family, man. You seeing me and my cousin chopping it up, a real OG in the game, Buddy McGirt. Y'all niggas wasn't even paying attention to the gems I was giving y'all back then. Before I did the Buddy interview on my phone. I wish I had all this equipment I have now, because I probably would have caught that source better. When I was asking Buddy, right? Because, you know, he's an OG, so I like the OGs to give it to y'all. Because when I give it to y'all be so jealous and mad that it's me that you don't want to receive it. But I remember me and Buddy was chopping it, and I was like, yo, right, cuz? I didn't say it like that, because, you know, I had to be professional. But I was like, yo, what about these guys now, right? When they be getting the phone calls for a fight, and they be like, yo, let me think about it, right? Right? I'll say, yeah, look, they get the call, right? This is how the game is, right? Nigga be like, hello? Yo, listen, I got this fight for you, man. It's a 6-rounder, paying $12,000. You interested? They be like, hold on, let me think about it. I'll call you back. All right, no problem. This nigga's not gonna waste no time. He's gonna call the next person. Remember, me and Buddy broke this down to you. Remember, look, how much was that fight for? $12,000, right? The first offer, $12,000. Now I'm calling the next guy. Yo, I got the 6-rounder fight, man. Yo, you think about taking it? It's for $10,000. Look, he already made $2,000. The first dude he offered it to for $12,000. He's giving it to this guy for $10,000, and he's gonna take it. So now he already made $2,000 off the bat. That's the game. That's the game right there. Hello? Yeah, you done turned the fight down, right? You done turned the fight down for $12,000. He done called the next guy, gave it to him for $10,000. He already made $2,000. You ain't made nothing. You want, yo, I'll call you back. Mm-hmm. You see what Joe Dini be saying? That's why Joe Dini be getting mad, right? Joe Dini about one of the guys a fight, and I told him don't do it. He don't listen to me, right? Got one of the guys a fight. We was talking about the CW and all them. Got him a fight at Bally's Casino in Atlantic City, right? Fight was paying good money. Look, and Joe Dini Joe just likes Atlantic City. Joe, I think he only wanted $400. Like $400. I'm like, damn, you only gonna get $400? But see, Joe's good. Joe likes going to Atlantic City, getting a good room, chilling, eating per diem. You know, he gonna go and get his food vouchers, and like he's an Atlantic City type of guy, man. He's a former fighter, so that's the type of shit he's into. But I'm like, damn, you only gonna make $400 off of that fight? You bugging? But the kid turned the fight down, man. Turned the fight down, man. The 4-rounder. Yeah, they was gonna give him $4,000. Well, he was gonna make $3,600 because Joe's gonna take his little $400. But $3,600, probably more than that, right? Because look, they pay you. Atlantic City, we don't need to fly out there. You would have drove. So you're gonna get that money. You would have made more than that. I ain't gonna get into all that because you niggas don't know nothing. And I don't know nothing either. But all Joe wanted was $400. And he was gonna get his little stay at the Bally's and all that. And that's what he's into. He would have went on the boardwalk, got his wine, and had seafood and all that good shit. That's he's simple. But the kid turned the fight down. I told him, I said, yo, he's not gonna take the fight, bro. He wanna know who he's fighting. Listen, man. Listen, if you were that scared, right? Look, if you were that scared, you're gonna turn the fight down, right? They offering you $4,000, right? You know, you had nerves, but niggas be like, oh, yo, man, I need an opportunity. I want a chance. That was your chance, right? You go out there and knock somebody off, now you on. You go out there and you get knocked off. You coming back home with $3,600, $4,000. For 4 rounds is what, y'all? 4 rounds is what? If the fight goes the full 4 rounds, that's 12 minutes. I know guys. Look, they're gonna get mad at me for saying this. I know guys, and they be like, "Oh, he took a dive, right?" A nigga will go in there and take a fight for that, knowing he ain't gonna win. He won't even do a whole round. He might go out there for a good minute or two. Listen. Truth be told, I covered a fight last year in North Carolina. I watched the kid do the shit. I'll never forget it. I said, "Yo, that nigga is sick." I was in the back, right? Shout out to my man, the Pittsburgh Kid. You know who the Pittsburgh Kid is? Paul Spatafora. He was in there. I was kicking with him. I interviewed him. I was all in the back. Shout out to North Carolina, man. They showed me mad love. I was all back in the back. I like their commission. They rolled out the red carpet for me. But I was in the back, right? And the kid that was on the card, yeah, he was scared to death, right? And I was sitting there. I was seeing it, like he was scared. He was like 2 fights. This fight was like 2 fights like ahead. He was nervous. I was like, yo, I said to Paul and another guy, I was like, yo, he ain't gonna make it, right? They was like, it don't even matter, right? All he gotta do is get in the ring, he take a couple punches, and that's it. Yo, that's literally what he did. When I tell you he went in there, I don't know what he got paid. I wasn't, but I know he went in there, and they got into an exchange. He took a good couple shots, but he laid out. You know what? He still got paid. It happens all the time. This is boxing. This is boxing. But hey, what do I know, man? This is boxing, though, man. That's where I was on. I was like, damn, if you don't think you can win the fight, just go in there, give a valiant effort. You're going to get $4,000, though, bro. Now, you know, these guys will come on here and tell you all this other shit that they know about boxing, but they don't know nothing about that. Right? But it is what it is. It is what it is. Malik said, talk about it, huh? You know, we definitely did tonight, man. I'm about to give my dog these bones, right? I still give my dogs cooked bones. You know, they be like, yeah, don't give your dog. Listen, man. Brownie is a yard dog. He's part Trinidadian Jamaican. Right? Yeah, I'm about to beat you, boy. Right? Brownie's going to eat those joints. Right? Brownie is like, yo, my grandmother, yo, she invented the dog food that motherfuckers be having now, where they be making their own dog food. Yo, my grandmother was doing that in the 80s, man. I don't think my grandmother's dogs, and she had the best fighting dogs in the neighborhood. I don't think they ever ate dog food. They was eating, cause see, my grandmother, Southern lady, she made pork and all that. My dogs, my grandmother's dogs, they was eating ham. Yo, they ate whatever my grandmother cooked. Lima beans, neck bones, all that, and they was killers. They was. It was like Daffy. I remember Malik was laughing at me, right? But I was like, nah, Daffy can fight, man. I was like, yo, don't sleep. Daffy's a mutt, what you would consider a mutt, right? She's not a pure breed. But that's what my grandmother had, mutts. But yo, they was the killers of the neighborhood, man. Yo, they was the killers. They was whooping out pit bulls, Rottweilers, all the pure breed dogs. Yo, my grandmother's dogs was whooping them niggas, man. Because the food that she was feeding them. They was killers, man. They was killers, man. They was eating hog. Yeah, they was eating all that neck bones, collard greens. I swear, I don't think my grandmother ever bought dog food, man. Never in her life. Never in her life. And them dogs, yo, listen, they talk all that shit. Yo, them dogs lived forever, man. They were like, oh, yo, you feed your dog. They're going to get worms. Yo, listen, my grandmother's dogs lived forever, man. Them niggas was old, strong. They was just around. Like, damn, that nigga, how old is that nigga? Them niggas was just around, bro. Because they didn't want to miss that good food, man. They did not want to miss that good food, man. So I don't buy that shit. And then when I went down south, and my auntie, right, she got the same shit, and my cousin Tone. You know, we got the compound down there. Tone got about 12 dogs. Them niggas is all 12 of his dogs are retarded. But my auntie, my grandmother's daughter, does the same thing. Yo, them niggas was, I remember we had, you know, because they ain't seen me in a while. So we had a big gathering and all of that. And we had the fish, fried chicken. They had all that, right? I don't eat the pork like that no more. So I was just saw the chicken and the fish. But I remember my auntie giving them 12 retarded. Them niggas is, my cousin's dogs is retarded, man. Yeah, they was ready to attack Daffy. Daffy was a puppy at the time, right? Them niggas was retarded, man. He had some retarded hounds because they go out in the woods and they hunt. Them niggas get busy, man. Them niggas is catching wild boars and whatever's in the woods, right? But yo, they get busy. It's because the food they eating, man. Them niggas is different, bro. I'm telling you. So don't believe that myth. Yo, you can't feed your dog this. You can't. Nah, that's a lie, man. That is a lie. It's a lie, man. But shout out to my guy Malik. Everybody that was in here, I'm about to end this live. Listen, if y'all feel some type of way about my content and y'all see me, get at me, man. I'm out here, man. But like I always say, if you run down on me, please don't make me feel threatened. I don't want to feel threatened, man. I'm very acceptable to the people. I vibe with the people. A lot of the people know me, right? This don't be one of these guys that, you know, are disrespectful. Because if you're disrespectful, we're going to get some understanding. We're going to get some understanding. But hey, what do I know, man? What do I know, man? But hopefully Bill makes the call. He gets the soldiers out there on deck. And fuck the narratives, man. They get out there and start demonstrating, man. It's time to demonstrate, man. You know, they done violated y'all, man. You know, y'all got to demonstrate now, man.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuimuhelua. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout-out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes. Setting it up, coach. All right, let Jahar go now. Let Jahar go. Yo, Zaga, Slime Master.
Yo, man, shout out to Sauce Talk, man. We in books and shit now.
Oh, man, what's that feeling like, man? First press conference, you walking out, the people are noticing you, saying, yo, he's in that book. He's in that book, man. What's that feeling like, man?
You know, it feels good, man. You know, I actually want to get it going for this fight, man. Get it out the way, you know?
Yeah, definitely, man. But, yo, just describe that first press conference, you know, 2 days out. You know, you was on the main stage, you know, Q&A. What was that like, man?
It was fire, you know. It was real fire. Shout out Top Rank. Shout out Bob Barrow, man. Shout out Sauce Talk. Shout out Jay Prince, man.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and we here, you know, and we going to keep going. We're going to keep being here. We're going to keep going up.
Yeah.
No cap.
That's a fact, man.
No cap. And we know we still slamming, man.
Yeah, man.
Still walking down, man. We here.
Man. Prudential Center. You see where it's at, downtown Newark. Shakur Stevenson card. Yo, everybody was talking about my man was in there dapper, man. Yo, you know, got the, what is that, velvet? Got the nice suit on, velour, you know, got the.
I ain't never had more people hate on me. I didn't even know they knew who I was. I didn't know you cared. You know how many people are lurking in your life, looking at every Facebook post, everything you do, but they won't comment and they won't press the like button, but they steady scrolling, just a bunch of scrollers. They so worried about what you're doing, and it's because they can't stop what God wants to do in your life. So since you're watching, watch this. Watch me praise him. Watch me elevate. Watch me go higher. Watch me get free. Watch me get healed. Watch me stay blessed. Watch me drive what I want to drive.
This is the Source Experience. The news by Shanewz. But what do I know?
Yo, from the rafters to the floor, man. Yeah, you going up to the floor, man. Yeah, you going up to the rafters or what, man?
Nah, I'm down here all night, y'all.
Oh, okay. It's like,
What about yourself, man?
Yeah, we down here. You see, we down here.
This is the news by Shanewz. But hey, what do I know?
I was playing, man. I told you I was coming back to the city of Cowboy, Tulsa, Oklahoma, seek and destroy. You know the vibe. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! You gotta ride the horses, right? You seen that horse right there? Yeehaw!
Hey, this is Coach Larry Wade, IBL Champions. Hey, I train professional boxers, and you with Sauce Talk Podcast. You don't want to miss anything that he puts on here.
Appreciate you, champ. You know the vibe.
Yes, this is Sauce Talk, Showtime Shanewz Midi. Say I got the man himself, Mr. Sugar Hill. First off, champ, thank you for your time. This man needs no introduction.
Sugar Hill on Sauce Talk.
That's right.
This is your boy Jamel Simplified Herring, and I'm with the best in the world, the best from Long Island, the Sauce Talk Podcast. Hey, we doing big things. Shout out to everybody out there in LI as well. Simplified, salute.
Yes, you know the vibes.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuimoteloa. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.